Hey, Monique Head here, and today I want to encourage you to delete those feminist dating apps if you have them. And what I mean is to delete the dating apps that encourage women or require women to make the first move. Now, just like some people believe that politics has no place in the NFL, I'm of the belief that feminism has no place in romance and in the love life. Okay, unless you are a woman who Dr. Pat Allen calls or says you want to be respected more than you want to be cherished, right? If you want to be respected and not cherished, you probably should not be watching this video, and you may not even be familiar with me, so you should probably just turn away from this video and unsubscribe. But if you want to be cherished, if you want to be adored, if you want to be loved and really feel fulfilled and supported and really taken care of, then this video is for you. Now, I don't even remember how I got on the topic of this. I think I was talking to one of my girlfriends about it. And I had heard about apps where women make the first move, and I was like, really? That's interesting. Like, who would want to be a part of that? But if you want to have fun, like go ahead and just like do your thing. But if you're really looking for a purposeful relationship with a masculine man who can handle a woman like you, I want to encourage you to try something else. Now, I will say this, that I don't have experience with online dating, but it doesn't matter because I have experience with men and I have experience with social media. And what I know is that the internet, social media, and all these dating sites are really a microcosm for the bigger world. And everything is heightened. Everything is like hyper, right? And this is not to say I don't discourage online dating. I think it's a really cool way to meet and connect people if you have the right mindset, if you're open to meeting someone without the pressure, if you know how to avail yourself, right? If you can put your best foot forward, or just know how to present yourself, but because you know what makes you attractive, and you also have the spirit of discernment, and you also have patience, go ahead and try online dating. I think it's pretty fun, but you have to be mindful that it's heightened. So you're going to get a lot of dick pics and a lot of scammers and just a lot of game playing, but you have to kind of like raffle through that because it is a numbers game. Now, here's why I don't like feminist dating apps. That's what I'm calling it. Number one, I think about the men who could be on it. Like, what type of man could be on there? And number one, I came up with this, and this is purely a hypothesis now, okay? Purely hypothesis, purely speculation. Number one, that the man, it's just a numbers game for him. Like, it's just this kind of pump and dump mindset. Number two, he has no game at all. So maybe he's been hurt in the past, or maybe he's socially awkward. And so he wants to take the back seat and really, let the woman take the lead. And number three is really for the man who has no business on there. Maybe he's married, or, he's in a relationship, and he's like, look, he wants to have fun and kind of still dip his toe in the pool and not take responsibility for it. So he can be like, oh, well, she reached out to me. I didn't do anything. I didn't reach out to her. I didn't go to her. She reached out to me. She's been messaging me and all this other stuff. So that's what you want to be mindful for. And I'm just not really a fan of, when we go through, like, meeting men and dating is so difficult because there's a lot of fear and there's a lot of rejection involved. And I just feel like, number one, this kind of app is really objectifying, but also it enables adolescents and grown men. Does that make sense? And women lose, like we lose when we make the first move because we're on their terms. And when I say make the first move, I think that I said this before. It might sound contrary to what you have heard me say, because I do say that women are the initiators and that women make the first move, but not in this way, right? When I'm talking about making the first move, I am talking about, your success with men, your success with attraction is really dependent upon your ability to send out attraction signals, okay? And also to decode what's being sent back to you. So if a man has made the first move and he has expressed interest in you already, then yeah, you can strike up a conversation. That's totally cool. But for you to say, oh, I see him over there, let me go ahead and say something, you kind of lose at that because you don't know how he really feels about you. And he's going to be like, yeah, you want me? Come on, girl, come and get it. And then if he doesn't, oh my gosh, that's like even worse. If he if he sees you and you're like making the first move and he's like, you're so nice. Let me tell you a story. Because this has happened to me before, and this is why I don't encourage it, because I'm also speaking from experience. I can remember in my early 20s when I was working outside the home and I was a teacher. And there was this guy who worked at our school, and I had a crush on him. I thought he was really nice, and he would send me these mixed messages. And I was like, what is it? Like, does he like me? Is he into me? What's going on? He would compliment my hair, and he would kind of come into my my classroom sometimes. And I'm like, what's going on here? What's up? So anyway, he kind of stopped, and I was watching him because I liked him. I had a crush on him, I should say. And I was like, do I say something to this man? Like, should I send him a signal? I didn't know what to do. So I remember we were in the office together, and I wrote a Post-it note. And I just like gave it to him. And I think I said, I really like you. You don't have to say anything, but I just wanted to let you know. Girl, and he was like, oh, he saw the note, and then he was like, oh. He was like, oh. And I was like, well, dang. Well, I do like, well, what do you think about that? I think he said, do you have to respond? Or maybe I jumped to conclusion to say, no, you don't have to respond yet. But nothing ever happened from that. And then I realized that he liked, I learned from my colleague that he liked another woman. And I was like, okay, well, okay, that's fine. But then there was another situation. I remember I was out. I was at a club, right? This was in my early 20s, late 20s. I can't even remember. But there was a guy whose physique that I liked. Like, he looked really athletic looking. And I just kind of wanted to avail myself. I wanted him to see me. So I was positioning myself so he could see me and like really approach, but he didn't. And I was like, does this man see me? Like, does he not see what? Like, does he not see me? So somehow I went over to the bar where he was, and I think I struck up a conversation. And he might have given me his number, or I think I took his number because I really wanted to I wanted to have a conversation to really get to know this person to see if he was, worthwhile. But I don't recommend it because we had gone out a couple times, but he wasn't really interested. It didn't seem like he was really interested in me. And as I've shared in other videos, like what turns me on is to know that, he's interested in me as well. So we had gone out a few times, but nothing ever came of it. Right. And I was like, you're not really interested in me. And I made the first move. So I say all of this to say, I feel like I'm rambling right now because this is a total rant, but I say all of this to say that, number one, your success with attracting men is dependent upon your ability to send out the courtship signals. The right man who is for you will pick up on that and be like, yo, she's sending me the signs. I'm about to go holler at her, right? And he can come over to you and strike up a conversation and then ask you out, okay? And also, when you're taking the lead like that, you don't want it, right? Because I know that you're a successful woman and you got your business and you can do all this stuff, but sometimes you're just like, God, can I please be the weaker vessel? Can I have someone who can meet me exactly where I am? Can I meet someone who can take care of me where I don't feel like I am pushing and really having to take the lead? Can I just get a man who can handle a woman like me? Okay. If that's what you want, I want to invite you to join my email list because I'm doing a series about ways that successful women are blocking men right now. This dating app is one of them. And there's a whole host of other ways. But anyway, you can click on this link below, or you can click the link in the description box. Okay. My name is Monique Head. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.